Welcome to Family Entertainment, where every story is a blend of inspiration, entertainment, and timeless beauty. Today, we're taking you back to the glamorous 1950s, an era that introduced the world to some of Hollywood's most iconic women. Get ready to relive the magic and elegance of the stars who defined an entire generation of cinema. Let's dive into the golden age of Hollywood and discover the beauties who still shine bright today. Who were the most beautiful women of the 1950s? The 1950s saw some female movie stars become as famous for their beauty as their acting ability. These were cinema's most glamorous celebrities, working in Hollywood's golden age, and possessing a star quality that propelled them to the very top of Tinseltown's A-list. Furthermore, they matched good looks with a professional attitude that won them big screen accolades and the respect of their peers. So, who were the most beautiful women of 1950s cinema? Click through to find out. Marilyn Monroe, 1926-1962. One of Hollywood's most iconic figures, Marilyn Monroe's star rose in the early 1950s with pictures like Niagara, 1953, and peaked with Some Like It Hot, 1959, for which she won a Golden Globe. Grace Kelly, 1929-1982. Grace Kelly starred in 11 movies in the 1950s, including her Academy Award-winning role in The Country Girl, 1954. She became Princess of Monaco by marrying Prince Rainier III in April 1956. Brigitte Bardot. French actress Brigitte Bardot achieved international recognition for her role in And God Created Woman in 1956, and was quickly dubbed cinema's sex kitten. Rita Moreno. Puerto Rican-born American actress, dancer, and singer Rita Moreno is arguably best known for her Oscar-winning appearance in 1961's West Side Story. But she'd achieved earlier success in films like Singin' in the Rain, 1952, and The King and I, 1956. Incidentally, Moreno is one of only a handful of entertainers who have achieved what is called the Triple Crown of acting, with individual competitive Academy, Emmy, and Tony Awards for acting. Audrey Hepburn, 1929-1993. Audrey Hepburn rose to prominence in the romantic comedy Roman Holiday, 1953, starring alongside Gregory Peck. For her efforts, Hepburn was the first actress to win an Oscar, a Golden Globe Award, and a BAFTA Award for a single performance. Dorothy Dandridge, 1922-1965, passing in 1965, made Hollywood history in the 1950s. She became the first African-American actress to be nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actress for her role in 1954's Carmen Jones. Hattie McDaniel had previously won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress for her performance in Gone with the Wind. Sophia Loren, one of Italy's most acclaimed actresses, and one of the last surviving major stars from the golden age of Hollywood cinema. Her breakthrough role was as Sophia in Vittorio De Sica's anthology film, The Gold of Naples, in 1954. Kim Novak was one of Hollywood's top box office draws in the 1950s. She starred in films like Pal Joey in 1957 alongside Frank Sinatra, and famously as Madeline Elster, also known as Judy Barton, in Alfred Hitchcock's thriller Vertigo in 1958 with James Stewart. Elizabeth Taylor, who lived from 1932 to 2011, began the 1950s with Father of the Bride in 1950. The decade also saw her appear in such iconic productions as Giant in 1956, Raintree County in 1957, and 1958's Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. The latter two garnered Taylor Oscar nominations for Best Actress. Natalie Wood, who lived from 1938 to 1981, was only a teenager when she was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for her performance in Rebel Without a Cause in 1955. She followed this with an equally memorable role in The Searchers in 1956. In 1981, the actress drowned off of the coast of Santa Catalina Island in California, in circumstances that have never fully been explained. Shirley MacLaine made her film debut with Alfred Hitchcock's black comedy The Trouble with Harry in 1955, and has never really looked back. Ingrid Bergman, 1915 to 1982. By the 1958's, Swedish actress Ingrid Bergman was well established in Hollywood and still a top box office draw, winning an Academy Award for Best Actress for Anastasia in 1956. Lauren Bacall, 1924 to 2014. In the 1940s, Lauren Bacall made a string of memorable movies alongside her husband, Humphrey Bogart. Big screen highlights the following decade included the smash hit comedy How to Marry a Millionaire in 1953 and the critically acclaimed Designing Women in 1957, which co-stars Gregory Peck. Rita Hayworth, 1918 to 1987. Rita Hayworth's star had somewhat dimmed by the mid-1950s, the actress having taken a 4-year break from cinema at the beginning of the decade. However, she took top billing above Frank Sinatra and Kim Novak in 1957's Pal Joey. The following year she appeared in the well-received Separate Tables. Jane Russell, born in 1921 and passed away in 2011. Jane Russell's appearance opposite Marilyn Monroe in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes in 1953 was her biggest success since 1943's The Outlaw. She starred in several more films in the 1950s, including the popular The Tall Men in 1955 alongside Clark Gable. Debbie Reynolds, born in 1932 and passed away in 2016. Actress and singer Debbie Reynolds was one of the most successful entertainers of her era, bolstered by a razor-sharp business acumen. Her breakout film role was her first leading role as Kathy Selden in Singin' in the Rain in 1952. Her performance of the song Tammy in Tammy and the Bachelor in 1957 saw it reach #1 on the Billboard music charts. Ava Gardner, born in 1922 and passed away in 1990. Ava Gardner was one of the biggest stars in Hollywood, and the 1950s saw her feature in Showboat in 1951, Mogambo in 1953, and Bhawani Junction in 1956, among other productions, and picking up Oscar nominations along the way. Jane Mansfield, 1933 to 1967. You couldn't ignore Jane Mansfield in the 1950s. She enjoyed success in several movies during the period, but was equally known for her well-publicized personal life and publicity stunts. Her death in a car crash in June 1967 traumatized the industry. Doris Day, 1922 to 2019. Ubiquitous on the big screen throughout the 1950s and 1960s, Doris Day played the title role in Calamity Jane in 1953 and starred in Alfred Hitchcock's The Man Who Knew Too Much in 1956 with James Stewart. She's especially remembered for her films with Rock Hudson, notably 1959's Pillow Talk, for which she was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Actress. Gina Lollobrigida, 1927 to 2023. Born in 1927, Italian actress Gina Lollobrigida is among the very few high-profile international actors from the golden age of Hollywood cinema still alive. Her 1950s movie roles include Bread, Love and Dreams in 1953, for which she was nominated for a BAFTA Award for Best Foreign Actress. Joan Collins. English actress Joan Collins enjoyed supporting roles in a string of early 1950s British films, before being chosen by American director Howard Hawks to star as the scheming Princess Nellifer in her first international production, Land of the Pharaohs in 1954, which was shot on location in Egypt. The following year, she made her Hollywood debut in The Virgin Queen. Many years later, Collins achieved extraordinary small-screen success playing Alexis Colby in the TV series Dynasty from 1981 to 1989, which became a worldwide phenomenon. Deborah Kerr, who was born in Scotland, won a Golden Globe Award for her performance as Anna Leah Nowens in the musical film The King and I in 1956, a role that defined her career in the 1950s. Eva Marie Saint's film debut in Elia Kazan's On the Waterfront in 1954, opposite Marlon Brando, earned her the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress, and set the scene for a run of outstanding movie appearances throughout the decade, crowned by her role as Eve Kendall in Alfred Hitchcock's seminal thriller North by Northwest, released in 1959 and co-starring Cary Grant. Susan Hayward, born in 1917 and passed away in 1975. Former fashion model Susan Hayward found real success as an actress in the late 40s and throughout the 50s. In 1952, she was nominated a third time for the Academy Award for Best Actress for her role as real-life actress and singer Jane Froman in With a Song in My Heart. In 19559, she won the Oscar for her performance in I Want to Live from 1958. Jennifer Jones, who lived from 1919 to 2009, found fame in the 40s but worked successfully throughout the 50s. She earned her 5th Academy Award nomination for her performance as an Eurasian doctor in Love is a Many-Splendored Thing in 1955. In later life, Jones became an enthusiastic advocate for mental health and education. Deborah Paget's 1950s movie appearances include The Ten Commandments from 1956, and Elvis Presley's film debut, Love Me Tender, also in 1956. Gene Simmons, born in 1929 and passed away in 2010. Already hugely successful in the United Kingdom before arriving in Hollywood in 1950, English actress Gene Simmons found fame in Tinseltown with movies like The Robe in 1953, Guys and Dolls in 1955, and The Big Country in 1958. Sylvia Sims, 1934 to 2023. English actress Sylvia Sims enjoyed a successful and lucrative late 1950s, appearing in some of that decade's best-known British productions including Woman in a Dressing Gown in 1957, Ice Cold and Alex in 1958, and No Trees in the Street in 1959, noted for its realistic depiction of London slum life. Claire Bloom. English actress Claire Bloom made her London stage debut in 1947 and had only made one film in England before Charlie Chaplin discovered her and offered her a co-starring role in Limelight in 1952. It proved to be a breakthrough role, and she spent the rest of the 50s working opposite the likes of James Mason, Laurence Olivier, Richard Burton, and Yul Brynner. Machiko Kyo, 1924 to 2019. Active primarily in the 1950s, actress Machiko Kyo was one of Japan's most recognized cinema stars. She came to Hollywood's attention as Lotus Blossom, the young geisha in The Tea House of the August Moon in 1956, opposite Marlon Brando and Glenn Ford. It was her only role in a non-Japanese film and earned her a Golden Globe nomination. Thank you for joining us on this nostalgic journey through the 1950s, where beauty, grace, and talent defined an era of cinema. If you enjoyed this trip back in time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content on family entertainment. Got a favorite 1950s star? Drop a comment below and let us know. Until next time, keep shining and stay inspired. #Vjkhan-Family-Entertainment #Golden Age of Hollywood #Classic Beauty #Timeless Icons.